It's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
Hello everybody and welcome back, lords and ladies and gentlemen. We are in a new playthrough. We are playing as King Christopher, the Hammer of Justice mod. We're playing in the Andal invasion and we're playing in a new Game of Thrones mod, or at least new to the channel. It's the Seven Kingdoms mod. I will pop a link in the description. It is different, as you can see. They don't have a Clash of Kings scenario, but what they do have is various prequels and a little bit more, I would say, detail in terms of the separation of Westeros. If you look towards the east, there is less of Essos than we're used to. But of course, if I'm playing in Westeros and there's more detail here, then that is fine by me. So, we're playing in the Riverlands, and in this scenario, obviously, every kingdom is split up. The Andals are invading, so there is going to be heavy amounts of warfare. The Andal invasion. In the Riverlands, the horns sound as 9 kings lead their hosts to war. In the north, the noble house Stark continues to expand their borders and influence. In the west, the dominance of the Rock is now challenged by the emergence of new kingdoms in the Golden Hills. To the south, the Marshals and High King of the Reach continue their policy of internal squabbling, whilst being raided by Andals and Dornish alike. In the Vale, a young bronzeman raises his banners against the young fool of a falcon. One thing is for certain, however: the final battle between the now 2 peoples of Westeros draws ever nearer. So, you can see an awful lot going on. The Reach, with young Garth, the Sage Green Gardener. If you want to see my playthrough as the Gardeners in relation to Aegon's conquest, then I will pop in a little link at the top right of the video, so do check that out. But if this is something you would like to see a little bit more of, maybe another scenario on the Seven Kingdoms roster, then do let me know. And if you enjoy the video, do consider leaving a like, commenting with any hints, tips, or pieces of lore you wish to share. So this is going to be an age of bloodshed, and we start already at war in the Second War of the Red Fort. It is King Titus of the Blackwood Vale, my father-in-law, myself, King Darren of Darry, and King Florian of the Bay of Claws against King Armistead of Wayfarer's Rest, Jonas of Southstone, Clement of Acorn's Ridge, the Blue Fork, and God's Eye. So the main target obviously is Wayfarer's Rest itself. My capital is Old Stones, which seems to be the greatest of great works. Stage 4. Old Stone sits on a hill above the Blue Fork of the Trident. The curtain wall of Old Stone circle the brow of the hill upon which it sits, like the crown on a king's head. Beneath the castle, the lower slopes of the hill are thickly forested. There are gorse, bracken, thistle, sedge, and blackberry bushes between pines. Is there any addition? Yes, there's plenty of things that we can add to improve the fort here. So local tax modifier is -9, which is not so good, but there are various perks. In terms of financially, we are only gaining a tiny amount, but we start off with a good amount. In terms of Christopher himself, his martial is truly immense. I don't think I've ever seen a martial as high, and also his personal combat skill is amazing. Traits wise, we're brilliant commander, holy warrior, unyielding, direct leader. He's strong, quick, a legendary warrior, which is what's given him such a great combat skill. He's crowned, which is a trait showing he is officially coronated and recognized as ruler in front of his vassals. He's just, zealous, proud, brave, and ambitious. Pretty much everything we could want. And in the treasury, he holds justice. And this is personally forged by Christopher in his youth. The colossal warhammer dwarfs all other weapons on the battlefield. Only a handful of men are strong enough to wield the hammer, and it's mainly used for ceremonial occasions such as executions and coronations. In order to use this, you have to be strong or brawny. So, young Prince Christopher here needs to bear that in mind. We do follow the old gods religion, so that is something for us to acknowledge. In terms of what we are going to do, we're obviously going to have to deal with the war to our southern border. So our allies in Darry and... where's the other one? Blackwood Vale. So 2 allies here. The Blue Fork can be eliminated fairly quickly, I would have thought. It's Wayfarer's Rest and... who's the other one? Ah, yes. God's Eye, that will be the main problems, but I think a quick elimination of the Blue Fork should do us quite well. So let's get our troops together. We will summon my Vassals Levy, just because we probably should. Council-wise, we have pretty happy councillors. Is there anyone with a immensely negative opinion of us? The Cape of Eagles is not that happy. So let's improve relations with them. Just a little bit. And we could build some zeal, maybe? Yeah, let's build some zeal. And it looks like all of the councillors have been called to their positions as commanders. What does Captain do? Captain of the Household Guard, okay. Well, surprisingly, the Queen has the best Marshal, but I'm going to give it to Oliver. We have some not-so-great commanders. Is it going to be a tremendous shame to lose some of these? Probably not. Let's just pause while I sort out the commander situation. So, Eric, you can be a commander. Let's see if there is anyone available in the realm to join us. He's 56, he's a bit old. We've got a Master Warrior here in Domeric Bolton, so let's invite him. And also Harlan, Lord of Red Roost, with 18 is... Ooh, actually, Hother is strong and tall. He is a sociopath, but there we go. Let's give him a go. In the meantime, Christopher can lead his troops straight into the Blue Fork and get sieging in Rapid Shore. It's not an enormous garrison, so I would hope we will be okay there. Master of Coin, my friend, you can start getting us a little bit of coin. Aha! You are going to arrive on the 24th, 27th. What's the detriment here? Only slight. And I think with Adrian and Humphrey leading the troops... Ooh, will we get away with it? We might get away with it, you know. Well, I do also need to pick the ambition, which will be... our diplomacy... I suppose it would be nice to have 8. It would also be nice to get on well with our wife. Some more children will be needed. We do have a son, so at least we have an heir, but we know how quickly that can all change. A couple of people have joined, which is lovely, so I can appoint... maybe I can't appoint. Can I not appoint you? Okay, maybe not. Defeat at Old Stones there, but that was my smaller army. Hopefully, Christopher will catch up despite the river crossing and beat a heavy blow to the King of the Blue Fork here. Although one of my flanks did just collapse, which is not the best. You see an enemy soldier cut off from the fighting. While you can't tell who, it's clear they must be a highborn noble. As you get closer, you realise it's Lord Terran of Red Crossing. And he has run away from our challenge. So at least we're getting a little bit more morale. The flank's not quite collapsed, which is good. Just increase the speed very slightly. Okay, good. Our ongoing struggle outside of Old Stones has brought out the best of our military strategists. One of them is a muddish veteran. Oh, wow, yeah. Solid investment. Happy. Very happy to invest. How are we doing money-wise? We are going to be losing money fairly substantially, so that is a little bit unfortunate. Gas. We do need a regent as well. Let's have a look. Who's greatly fond of us and high-ranking? Adrian, Lord of Wickham. You love us. You can have it, buddy. How are we doing elsewhere? My allies have all gone fairly south. Blackwood Vale needs a little bit of help, I think. My Castellan has taken notice of a large influx of trade into your ports. Large sums of gold have been generated, so we've got 25% to gain. A potential considerable amount. We gained, I think, the smallest, but that's okay. Plot power increase would be great. Everyone just move down. Infrastructure and roads. TSK, the Seven Kingdoms, features a custom building system built around an upgradable provincial infrastructure and roads. From the beginning of the game, infrastructure is handed out to provinces, based on the region the province is based in, and further influenced by the rank of the holder. So in most cases you'll encounter a blocker when upgrading buildings. Infrastructure can be upgraded by right-clicking on the capital holding in a province with up to 5 level possible. Do be warned that infrastructure has upkeep. Okay, well that all makes sense. And you guys are going to come south here. Pop on in. If he's going to cross, let's cut him off and come straight down to the king himself of the Blue Fork and see if we can do a little bit more damage. Master of Whisperers, if you could please get some scheming going. We don't want any unfortunate accidents. King Christopher is going to write the hammer home. And we are going to siege the capital here and knock these guys out. It looks like my allies are being pretty resoundingly defeated there, which is not the best. So a good siege by us, I think, is definitely needed. We have a marriage proposal here. A marriage proposal by the King of Darry. Let's just check our alliances, actually. We have Blackwood Vale, who doesn't want to form an alliance. Fine. Darry is fairly powerful, and he wants my cousin to marry his commander. Sure, why not? My son at the moment is... Oh, okay, he's only 0, so there's not much point in marrying him off too early. Let's just check in intrigue. Nothing too different here. The defenders of Rapid Shore launched an unsuccessful raid. Currently the war is at 0%, but there is a stack of 7k troops there, which doesn't bode well for Riverrun. It is nice to see Westeros, though, in an entirely different scenario. You've got Winterfell, King Theon the Hungry Wolf here, with ice. You have Red King Rogar the Huntsman, who is actually a vassal, but is still a crowned lord. The Wolfswood as well, led by King Galbert, is independent. What about the Barrowlands? King William the Judge, so lots for the Northern Lord to, or the Northern King rather, to conquer, should he wish. Oh, a 10k stack. That is not a pretty sight for us. But victory in Rapid Shore. 0 war score for that, though, surprisingly. Really? We have to go all the way around? Wow. Can we not cross here? Apparently not. That's interesting. That changes mechanics slightly. So who's got the most war score for our side? Myself with 41% contribution, and the Bay of Claws with 49. So obviously this war is going to be won by battles, it would seem. Okay. Well, we better go help our brothers in arms. Another commander can be appointed. Running a little bit low on commanders. Lord Edric, just stop the plotting, whatever you're trying to do. Yeah, it's going to take him a while to march. In terms of buildings, let's have a quick look. Ooh. Primitive breastwork, which improves fort level and garrison. Outline cottages. So everything has a buff and a debuff, which is interesting. It's going to be a little bit more measurement. Primitive blacksmith forge, though, that's all plus. Okay, this is quite cool. I think let's get the forge. We've got a good wad of cash, so we might as well start using a little bit of it. Minus 16%. Looks like there was a battle here, and their army split up. This bodes well, but we need to get a move on and start coming across. I think we pretty much knocked the Blue Fork out of this war, but yeah, Darry is struggling a little bit against Acorn's Ridge. The mission to the Cape of Eagles has so far been a success. Thank you, buddy. That is appreciated. Let's bear in mind the terrain around. There is hills here. Anything here? There's hills in Wayfarer's Rest as well. 44% at the moment, so we are going to have to do a little bit of work to bring this back. Let's go to Riverrun and take Riverrun back. If we can get a cheeky siege, that would be great, but apparently we can't. I'm hoping my allies will come to assist me. Ooh, hello. Immediate battle there. I was a little bit caught off guard, because that seemed like a 2-province jump, but okay. Allies have come to assist us, though. So fighting across the field, we see an enemy soldier. Let's go for them. You get closer and realise it's Osmond of Turnbridge. Okay, we've got a morale boost there. Thank God my allies came. Otherwise we would have been in a pickle. But he's got some allies as well. But fortunately we have managed to carve off a victory there. That is a very important victory for us. Right, we need to take people out and keep the momentum whilst we've got it. In fact, go straight to Wayfarer's Rest. Follow them up. Sit there. Let him come to you. He's not going to come to you, so go chase him. Ooh, he's got 2,000. He's building up his forces again, so I want to prevent that as quickly as possible. Yeah, this looks like a decent victory here for us. Tristan leading the forces against Wayfarer's Rest to a solid victory. But with that victory, I am going to have to end the episode there. Minus 13% in the total war score, but hopefully we'll be coming back. If you enjoy this series, please do consider leaving a like, comment with any hints, tips or pieces of lore that you wish to share, and other series that you might want on the Seven Kingdoms mod. And subscribe for more content, plenty coming out on the channel, which I'm hoping you will all enjoy. And I'll see you all in the next episode.